This is the 2026 Toyota RAV4. And besides getting a full-on redesign, it's getting 3 different phases. A core model, like this one you see here, a rugged, which is more off-road friendly, and a sport, including a GR-specific trim. And for the first time ever, it includes a hybrid-only powertrain, including a regular hybrid and a plug-in. Let's go check out the new RAV4. So of course, design is a big thing for the RAV4, and here for the 2026, we see a completely new design, but very similar to also other Toyota models that we've seen recently. For example, these hexagonal slats that we see across the grille here. It's something that we saw in the Crown Signia, it's also in the Camry, so it's very representative of other Toyota products that we've seen recently, right? Except here in the RAV4, it's very upright. We see very upright and very straight lines all across the board. It looks a lot boxier overall than the current generation, and people wanted that, right? That off-roady, ruggedness, boxy look. You want this to make sure that it looks like an SUV. That's exactly what we get here in the RAV4. You can see that, for example, here with the hood. 2 very bold, straight lines, kind of like raising up the look of the front end. Very different from what we see today. We also have these headlights that are kind of like split between this upper part of the grille. A lot more modern, a lot more premium-esque in a way. The current RAV4 has aged really well in terms of design, and I think this new RAV4 with these more modern touches is gonna also do that. Now moving over here to the profile, we kind of like following with that beefiness, that boxiness that people are looking for in SUVs. We have more pronounced wheel arches, right? It looks more beefed up. We also have like little designs like this, little trims like this one on the A-pillar that just makes it a little bit more upright. Over here in the profile, you know, we have more swoopy lines over here in the belt line, kind of like looking at little visual elements to lift up the look of it. And then back here, it's a lot more premium, a lot more modern than before. We see this taillight that, you know, kind of like wraps around the corner with vertical slats. Looks more Lexus-y than Toyota to me, more premium, a lot more refined. And then we have this RAV4 name spelled out across the tailgate, something we've seen in previous trucks and other SUVs from Toyota and Lexus, now happening here in the RAV4. Now, this is the core model. The Woodland Edition, the rugged look, and the sport look, the GR specific and XSE, also have different design details that are specific to each. For example, the front grille is different with different slats, different colors, a little bit less upright than this one. The Woodland, of course, is more upright, more beefier. The Woodland also has all-terrain tires that just overall lift that look up, make it more rugged. And it has a roof rack as well. So overall, that one is definitely looks a lot more built for the trail. This one is built for the streets. And the sport one with the front lip and the rear spoiler, it just looks a lot sportier. You know, it's meant for those that want a complete different look from a traditional RAV4. So like the interior received a whole overlook. And let's start here with the tech. Every single grade is going to get a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. Instead of the traditional cluster that the previous one had, every trim will have this new screen that's just better, more modern, more tech-forward. And then there's going to be 2 different sizes for the infotainment system. Lower trims are going to have a 10.5-inch screen, which is still pretty good. And then more upper trims are going to have this bigger screen that's almost 13 inches, 12.9 inches to be exact. Now, every single trim, however, is going to have the same kind of like center console design, except for the shifter. Right now, we're in the core model, and we have this little shifter, but rugged and sport models are going to have a beefier shifter that looks more like if you were in like a Tacoma sort of thing. But besides that, and the seats designs that are going to be different for every RAV4, everything will be kind of like the same here in the center console and screen size wise. So you have these kind of like 2 knobs over here that are, you know, very evident for the drive modes, for the all-wheel drive settings. You have dual USB ports over here for fast chargers, and you have this center console that's kind of like 2 levels. You have 2 wireless chargers available here, so that's pretty good. Also here in the center console, we have this cup holder design that you can remove this for, you know, if you have a bigger beverage or something, you can make it more versatile. And then the center console storage opens both ways, opens for the passenger, or the driver can also open it from their side this way. So Lots of cool features in the new RAV4. It's still very spacious. It still has a lot of upgraded technology. So there's those cool little touches that are going to make the interior of the RAV4 more modern. Also making the RAV4 more modern is Arene, which is a new software development platform created by Toyota's Woven division. We might think that software-defined vehicles are only EVs, but Arene is the RAV4's foundation for safety, security, and connectivity. What this really means is that the RAV4 will be able to get over-the-air updates, allowing it to stay updated with modern features around the infotainment system, safety, and security. Speaking of safety, the RAV4 will be the first Toyota model to get Toyota Safety Sense 4.0, making its standard safety suite better. Toyota didn't release any details around this, so we'll have to wait closer to the RAV4's on-sale date to learn more about them. As far as powertrain goes, every 2026 RAV4 sold will be a hybrid. For the first time, the traditional hybrid engine will be standard with front-wheel drive, and it uses a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine mated to an electric motor to make 226 horsepower. Adding all-wheel drive will bump 10 more forces, making it a total of 236 horsepower. The optional engine is a plug-in hybrid that gets a bigger battery and an electric motor to produce 320 horsepower. The plug-in hybrid also has a 50-mile electric drive range, which is more than what the current RAV4 Prime offers. Speaking of the RAV4 Prime, that nameplate isn't coming back to the 2026 model. Only the rugged and sport variants will have the option to get the plug-in hybrid powertrain, while core models get the traditional hybrid engine only. GR Sport models come exclusively with a plug-in hybrid. The new RAV4 stays on the TNGA-K platform, which is the same one that's currently based on. That's not a bad thing, as Toyota has shown the versatility of that platform by adding different powertrains without compromising space. But Toyota says that the 2026 RAV4 structural rigidity has increased to enhance its handling and ride comfort, and all-wheel drive models will be able to tow up to 3,500 pounds, while front-drive models can tow 1,750 pounds. Of course, we'll have to wait until we get behind the wheel to prove this. So there you have it. The 2026 Toyota RAV4 is available in 3 different designs: core, rugged, and sport, like this one. And it's a hybrid-only SUV. Now, it'll be available later this year at dealerships. We don't know the starting price yet, but be sure to check MotorTrend.com for more updates.